Welcome back to another episode of Zavala's Kitchen. My name is Chef Diego, and for this episode we are going to be making a breakfast meal which consists of pancakes, hash browns, and bacon. Now you can substitute the bacon with anything, with sausage or any other protein that you may like, but our family just likes bacon. So let's get cooking. We're making this breakfast meal because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. In these upcoming weeks, La Salle is going to be taking their AP tests, and it's important to have a hearty breakfast in order to start your brain stimulating for the rest of the day. Now let's start prepping the pancake mix. Our family does it a little differently, and we prep the pancake mix the night before. So let's cut to me last night. Ready? Thanks, future me. Now in order to get started, we need to grab a couple things. First off, we're going to need to grab a large bowl and a measuring cup. We're also going to need to grab, and I know you may not like this, a whisk, not a fork, but this is best for when making pancakes. Now, you're also going to need your pancake mix, your yogurt, butter, water, and apple juice. Now, this might sound a little crazy, but in our family we like to use apple juice or like Sprite in order to either make the pancakes taste a little bit sweeter or to add some more fluff and like bubbles into the pancakes. Now it really depends on what you want to do. You can either just not add it, but what we do is we like to add half water and half apple juice. Now first things first is what we're going to do is we're going to take the butter, the pancake mix, open that up, and we're going to take, now dependent on the amount of pancakes that you're trying to make, depends on the amount of flour that you're going to use. And for the amount that we're going to make, it says to use 2 cups, so we're going to pour out 2 cups into our measuring cup. Now that we've poured our pancake mix, we're going to pour that into the bowl. And then the recommended amount of water for our pancake mix that we're trying to get is 1 1/3 cup of water. And since we do half and half of apple juice and water, I'm going to pour 2/3 water and 2/3 apple juice, and I'm going to pour that into the bowl. We're going to pour the water in. Now we're going to pour the apple juice. And we're going to put the measuring cup off to the side, and we're going to grab our yogurt. Now you can get whatever flavor yogurt you want. We typically use vanilla. Any sort of brand is fine as long as it's just yogurt that you like. And what we're going to do is we're going to get 1 to 2 scoops dependent on however much your preference is or however much batter you're going to make. So larger amounts of batter that you're going to make, I would use 2 spoonfuls, and then for smaller I would use 1 or even less than that if you don't think it goes with it. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a butter knife, and we're going to get 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to plop that right in there. Set that off to the side, put the butter here, the sink, and then we're going to whisk until it's a nice even consistency with just the right amount of bubbles, just the right amount of thickness. Once we're done whisking and it's a nice even texture where there's a little bit of bumps and just the right amount of bubbles, what we're going to do is we're going to take the whisk out, put that in the sink, and we're going to grab some saran wrap. Once you have your saran wrap taken, you're going to put it over the bowl, you're going to press and seal just as it says to do. Put that over. And then we're going to put this in the fridge and let it sit overnight so we're ready to make our pancakes. Now that our pancake mix has sat overnight, we're going to put it over here and let it rest so that it becomes room temperature. Next, we're going to work on the potatoes. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash them, we're going to peel them, and then we're going to shred them.
Ladies and gentlemen,
potatoes, what we're going to do is we're going to grab a strainer. The finer the little strainer holes are, the better. And we're going to put that in the sink. And then we're going to take our potatoes. And we're going to put that in the strainer. And then we're just going to run some water over them. So that way we can get rid of all the starch. Once you finish straining your potatoes, what you want to do is you want to get a baking sheet, and then you're going to take your potatoes and you're going to put them on there, trying to get rid of as much water as you can, because the less water that's on the potatoes, the crispier they get. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take them, put them on the pan, spread them out as much as we can, so that way we can then take a paper towel and just dab them in order to get the excess water off of the potatoes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to leave the potatoes here to dry, and then we're going to start working on our pancakes. So we're going to take our pancake batter over here. We're going to grab a couple pans. Now, the thing that we've used in the past is we've taken those flat frying pans and we put them, we take two of them and we put them here and here, but currently we don't have any. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these large frying pans that have a lot of room on the inside, and this small one, I'm going to put them here. Once we have our pan set, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to grab a half cup measuring cup, because I find that this size is about the size that you want your pancakes to be. We're going to set that off to the side, and for the pancakes we're going to use butter in order to put on the pans and start cooking. A good way to test if your pan's ready is if your butter can melt easily on there, and as you can see it's starting to. We're just going to spread that around, unwrap our batter. We're going to grab our cup, grab our batter, we're going to scoop till it's a good sizable amount, right about there. We're just going to pour. So you have a nice sized pancake. And so what you're going to want to look for in your pancake in order to know when you're going to flip it is you're going to look for on the sides here for a brownish color, and you're also going to look for if there's enough bubbles on top of your pancakes as they start to cook. Now where you're going to place the pancakes is you're going to need a glass pan. And you're going to put that over here, and you're going to grab paper towels, and you're just going to put those there. Now these pancakes over here are ready to flip under and flip. Oh no! That guy got tacked a little bit. Under and flip. Once we're done cooking our pancakes and they're all set, we're going to turn off the flames and we're going to set them off to the side, because we're going to be using that pan again for when we make the hash browns. What we're going to do is we're going to take our pancakes, and before eating them I'd recommend just either sticking them in the oven or putting them in the microwave, just so that they stay warm as you're cooking the rest of what you're going to make. Now next we're going to move on to the potatoes, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the same pan that we used the pancakes, and we're just going to take off any of the excess pancake batter. Once the potatoes have finished sort of getting rid of most of their water, what we're going to do is we're going to salt them with a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and lastly, a little bit of Lawry's seasoned salt. Once we've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to take these over here, and then we're going to turn on the burner. Once it's on like a medium heat, we're going to put it in there, and then for this, we're going to use about half butter, half oil, so that way it retains the butter flavor and it still gets fried in a little bit of oil. We're going to take a little bit of butter, because there's already some left over from the pancakes. We're going to add a little bit of oil. And we're going to take the amount of hash browns that we're going to put. We're just going to place them on there. With a little more seasoned salt. nice, good flavor.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Now as the potatoes are cooking and getting golden brown, what we want to do is start cooking our bacon. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab a large pan. We're going to turn the burner on, turn that on about a little bit less than high. What we're going to do is we're going to grab our bacon. We're going to take it out of the bag. Grab a couple slices and start placing them on our pan. Now as that bacon's heating up, our potatoes look like they're getting to a good, nice golden brown color. We're going to flip it one last time to see that it's nice and golden brown. We're going to get our plate with another paper towel on it, so that way all of the oil and the grease just soaks right into there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to place it on there, and there you have it, hash browns.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Similar to the potatoes and the pancakes, we're going to get a plate with another paper towel on it. We're going to take the bacon, once fully cooked, and just place that on there, so that way all the bacon grease gets soaked into the paper towel. There you have it.
Thanks, Chef Diego.